Well, my name's Owen Salter. I'm an editor from Australia. We're talking about keys to copy editing. Arthur Plotnick, who was a legendary American editor in the last century, once said to writers, "You write to communicate to the hearts and minds of others what's burning inside you, and we edit to let the fire show through the smoke." So editors are like the best friend that a writer can have, because editors are servants who are trying to make the writing the best that it can be, to clear away any obstacles to the reader getting the message. Broadly, there are three kinds of editing. One is developmental editing, where you are developing the manuscript. Then there's what we call substantive editing, which is dealing with big picture issues, such as the structure of the manuscript, the content. Then there's copy editing, which deals with the copy. That means the fine details, line by line. And editors have 6 main goals in dealing with a manuscript. The first one is to enhance communication, to minimise the obstacles to the message getting across. Goal 2 is ensure the writing is clear, that there's no ambiguities or confusions. Goal 3, ensure the writing is focused, that it stays on target and doesn't ramble. Goal 4 is to make sure the writing flows smoothly, that it reads well. Goal 5 is to make sure the writing is coherent, that it's internally consistent and it forms a harmonious whole. And goal 6 is to make sure the writing is complete, that nothing has been left out. In substantive editing, we look at the big picture. We examine and improve the structure. Is the manuscript organised in an obvious plan? Is the content in the right sequence? And we also check the content. Is the material relevant to the target audience? Is it all relevant to the key theme of the piece of writing? Is anything superfluous? And then thirdly, we look at style and language. Is the style appropriate to the target audience? Is the language the kind of language that they would use? In copy editing, we deal with the small questions, line by line. And there are 5 keys to copy editing. First is to polish the text. That means correcting errors in the language, such as grammar problems, punctuation problems, spelling mistakes, bad sentence structure, bad paragraphing structure, and repetitiveness. Key 2 is to ensure consistency and accuracy. This involves applying the publisher's house style, how the publisher likes things to appear in the publication. For example, that dates are always written the same way, that scripture references are quoted correctly, that the internal details of the manuscript match across the book. For example, that the titles of the chapters match the titles listed on the contents page. It also involves querying the writer about any problems, any things that need clarification. Key 3 is to organise the presentation. There's a lot more that goes into a book or a magazine than just the main text. It involves headings, subheadings, perhaps call-out boxes of side issues, captions for photographs, contents pages. Copy editor deals with all of those kind of things, making sure that they're in place. Key 4 is to attend to technical matters. Sometimes a manuscript needs to be styled or formatted to go on to the designer or the typesetter. The copy editor will need to mark up the manuscript in an appropriate way, and prepare a list of spelling and other style issues for a proofreader so that they know what to look for and how to make sure that everything is consistent. And key 5 is that copy editors sometimes have to deal with administrative matters, such as finding ISBN numbers or ISSN numbers, dealing with copyright issues, sometimes permissions, questions. They also communicate with a senior editor or publisher if there is any problems, such as plagiarism or potential legal issues. So keys to copy editing are that the copy editor is the servant who's trying to make the manuscript the best it can possibly be.